Yeah, with steam locos, yeah. From my father, really. He was a keen photographer, mad on steam. So I was born in '59, so I used to go with my dad when I was old enough, different depots that still had steam. I can vaguely remember it on BR from 1965 onwards, but obviously it was dwindling then. But basically I got hooked, and I always remember he took me to the famous Cromford and High Peak Railway when it was just still running, and I managed to get around the shed there at Cromford Wharf with him, saw the two austerity tanks there, and I became mad on steam ever since, and railways in general basically.
Well, I first got involved with through my neighbour when I was a kid, 8 years old. Took me train spotting and explained to me what train spotting was, and writing numbers down, checking them off in a book, and that was it. I was hooked. I've never looked back since. That was in 1950.
I joined the GC a few years ago as a cleaner, a general dog's body to start with, and then I became a cleaner, worked my way up to past cleaner, where you could go out and learn the arts of firing. Became a fireman, and then eventually the ultimate goal, driver. Yeah, and here I am now, lucky.
Well, I've had so much fun from railways with train spotting. Been all over the country, all over the place, you know. And I got to a stage in my life where I felt I'd like to put something back into it. At that time I'd got a dodgy hip that I was waiting to have done, and couldn't wait to get it done, and once it was done, that was in 1994, and I'd recovered from that. I came up and volunteered here, and really I was just happy to have just come as a volunteer, and then within next to no time really, one of the chaps approached me and said, would you like to go on a fireman's training course? Would I?
I mean, I'll start here possibly. I love the early morning turns, I do, rather than the PMs. So a normal day would be book on around about 6 o'clock time, join up with the firemen and possibly a few cleaners. We'll get joined together around the engine. Everyone will do their own thing. I'll do the oiling up, the fireman, he'll light his fire, prepare the fire. The cleaners will be there. Under our guidance, they'll clean the rods and get up on the top, clean the boiler. Basically, just give it a good spring clean while we go about our daily routine. About 3 hours to get steam up, and then off we go down the line. Pick up the train, possibly 2-3 trips.
At my stage of life now, I tend to get the late turns rather than early turns. So it's usually taking over a locomotive, just making sure we're ship shape to go off and we're done. And then at the end of the day, like we've done today, disposing of it, although we've not completed disposal today because we're not over a pit, so we can't do the asphalt.
To drive it, oh, it's absolutely excellent. Really good engine, this. It's all engines the same. They're like a living being. You know, you look after, treat them right, and they'll treat you right. You know, it's basically, you can feel the power, and it basically is a living thing. So basically treat it like a human.
As good as anything. You know, we've got 2 of them here. This is an 8624, which is under overhaul now. But both of them, a narrowish box but long, and they both steam really well. I mean, this is steam like a trooper today. It's a joy to fire them. The other engines with wider fireboxes I'll get along with, but I'm happier on one of these.
For this railway, well, the power basically, you can't go wrong with an engine like this. Yeah. Superb power, lovely to drive, and just feel easy on it all the time. Yeah.
I suppose it's user friendly to me anyway. You know, I mean, there are other engines that are more modern that are very user friendly, but I find the 8F an all-round friend and pleasure to fire, you know, so.
Amongst rail fans, I was going to say lots of the older element, but there's a lot of the young lads coming through now. It's just, like I say, a steam loco, to see a steam loco working hard on a heavy train, it's just an awesome sight. And it's a noise you'll never, you know, there's nothing like it. The smell of oil, steam, and a loco working hard at work on an incline, there's nothing better. It's just awesome.
It's a question that's asked many times, isn't it? You know, and it's, I think it's to do with the warmth, smell, and everything else. I go out on mainline steam charters on the main line, and you just can never go out without there being crowds of people somewhere, and everybody waves to a steam train without fail. It's just incredible. They're incredible tools.
For learning how to drive, basically be nice. Obviously you work as a team on the footplate, so as a driver you're looking after your fireman, making sure plenty of water in the glass, in the sight glass, making sure the fire's okay, making sure he's doing his job okay, and then it makes the driver's job a lot easier. Plenty of steam, plenty of water, and then it just relaxes the driver, and you know, treat the engine gently to start with, get used to it. There's that many different types of loco, but with an 8, be very gentle with it to start with, you know, and get the feel of it. There's a lot of power there to contend with, so nice and gentle, and then as you go along you can get a bit braver, more confident, and you can use the gears, and yeah, it's just good, just a great feeling. Yeah.
Well, the golden rule generally to firemen is a little bit often, and keep on top of it. Something I don't always do, but try to do. And if you've got a good bloke like Martyn as a driver, you can get away with people like me.